Welcome to another episode of Why This Beer, where we dive deep into the world of craft brewing. I'm Darren Binema.
And I'm Azlan Graves. Today we have a special guest who holds a unique place in my heart and career, David Bowkett from Powell Brewing.
Powell Brewing opened its doors in 2012 on a nanoscale system on Powell Street, where I bought my first growler.
That's right. I did, I think, as well. Optimonium. Dang, that was good. And it's also the place where I first learned to brew professionally. Those early days were pivotal. David played a significant role in shaping my brewing journey.
In 2014, Powell Brewing moved to their current location and has been cranking out award-winning beer ever since. One of their standout brews is the classic Old Jalopy Pale Ale, which has garnered its fair share of accolades.
Whoa, whoa. They've also expanded their lineup with the new All Good series of low-cal beers, catering to those looking for a lighter option without sacrificing flavor.
And let's not forget their latest innovation, the dry goods line of non-alcoholic beers, offering an alternative for those who want to enjoy the taste of craft beer without the alcohol.
We'll also delve into the exciting world of AI-generated labels, exploring how technology is influencing the art and branding of craft beer.
So, grab a cold one and join us as we chat with David Bowkett about the past, present, and future of Powell Brewing. This is Why This Beer. Oh, let's do it together. I like that.
This is Why This Beer.
It's beer.
Everybody, this is Why This Beer, podcast where we do a deep dive onto the beers we love and know, and get to know the people behind them. Today we got David Bowkett of Powell
Hey guys,
Brewing.
how's it going?
Hey.
Hey.
What a pleasure to have you. Former boss, mentor. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm stoked to
Must
be
be
here.
on good terms still.
Yeah. Still, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Put up with me for a while.
Yeah, nothing but love here, man.
Yeah. So let's get into it here. You've what was it? 1830 Powell, you started the initial location 2012.
That's right. Yeah. 12 years ago.
Yeah. Time flies.
Time does fly.
That was right at the point of, like, we could call it, I guess, the second wave for Vancouver craft beer. How did you decide brewing was going to be your new career? What was your aha moment?
Well, it wasn't actually a new career at that point because I was still working my day job, right? So, but the aha moment was, I think, just seeing what was going on in Portland and having like a bunch of little small nano breweries down there. And, you know, I was enjoying home brewing, and then I was like, oh, maybe it's a good idea if I open up a small brewery, stop making beer in the kitchen, stop smelling or getting the stink of the of brewing beer in our apartment, and move out to a smaller space that I can do some production stuff with.
Yeah, and that place was basically like a homebrew system on steroids when you started. Was there a lot of like steep learning curves on that system initially?
Yeah, well, I had never actually commercially brewed before. So it was actually just literally a big homebrew system, like 3 kettles. They were definitely a lot bigger than what I was used to doing on my stove. But yeah, I don't know. You're just kind of figuring it out. The biggest thing for me was actually how do I carbonate beer? That was my first thing. It's like, I don't actually know how to carbonate beer, like forced carb beer.
Yeah.
So I had to research and figure some stuff out there, but yeah, I got it done.
Yeah, it definitely seems like magic when you first start, and yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Figuring out how the bubbles get in the beer.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like, so then I guess including homebrewing, you've scaled 3 times, and obviously incredibly self-taught. Has there been any direct resources or specific like life experiences that have helped you on each step, or? Yeah.
Seriously, yeah. When I first opened up, Kevin at Cole Harbor, he came over to the space when I was building it out, and he's like, "Hey, you should come down to Cole Harbor and, like, you know, just hang out and just see what it's all about." And I was super stoked at that, and he showed me like how to brew on a commercial level, essentially. And then just just, I don't know, like resources. Pro Brewer was a great one at the time.
Yeah.
Just trying to like figure things out, like searching the feeds and all that, and just kind of figuring it on my own. Books, I have like every single brewing book out there.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of knowledge from those.
Yeah.
Those definitely helped a lot. And then, yeah, just people in the industry, they've been so helpful. And, you know, as you guys know, like the industry is just such a great place to be. Everybody just tries to help everybody else out.
Yeah, I feel we're pretty fortunate in like BC, Vancouver especially, just like, yeah, if I've got a question and haven't worked with a certain ingredient, everybody's welcome to share their experiences. There's not too many trade secrets. It's
Totally.
it's a real pleasure. Yeah. What's been any like funny or unexpected hurdles in those?
Scaling up 3 times?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
The ups and downs of the industry, things like COVID, you know,
Yeah.
never expect something like that. That definitely was a big reset on the industry and definitely on the brewery side. So, yeah, I don't know. Just, yeah, there's always a couple things here and there that, you know, they're hurdles, but you get over them and, you know, you just make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess with 12 years now, it's there's still new curves all the time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So with All Good Beer, that's one of the newer projects you've come out with. It's how do you produce designing like a low carb beer?
Basically, I just wanted to create a beer that still had all the flavor of normal beers, but keep the calories low, keep the carbohydrates low, and keep the alcohol low.
Yeah,
one of the
guilt-free.
main reasons. Pardon me?
Guilt-free.
Guilt-free, exactly.
Yeah.
No compromise, guilt-free, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to keep the calories below 100. A lot of these low-calorie beers, they hover around 100. So one of the biggest contributors to calories is actually the alcohol in the beer.
Yeah.
So instead of doing a 5% beer, I actually brought it down to 4%. And which actually just with everything that I do with it, it brings it down to 90 calories.
Nice. Yeah, so well below. I remember working on low-cal beers before, and it's struggling. You're like, 103.
103, exactly. So yeah, the biggest thing with low-cal beers, you got to use enzymes to break down all those long-chain sugars into fermentable sugars. So you really just have almost no sugar left in the beer. And because there's no sugar, you'd expect the beer to be very light and thin.
Yeah.
But I was able to accomplish a little bit more body and perceived sweetness by using some different grains, some alternative grains.
Nice.
And,
are you using like just a high amount of adjunct at that point? Like
no,
raw,
not
flaked?
We're using some flaked adjuncts and a lot to like add protein and body to the beer.
Nice.
Corn is a great one.
Yeah.
It actually adds perceived sweetness, but is completely fermented out.
Yeah. Bone dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's crack into it. We've got the tropical pale ale.
Tropical pale ale. Yeah, I don't have that one here, but I'll pretend like I do.
There you go.
So you enjoy the tropical pale ale. I'll enjoy the classic pilsner.
There we go.
Yeah. Both delicious. Tropical pale ale, I try to essentially just make it super fruity, super tropical, just using hops. And then to boost up the tropical flavor, there's actually a little bit of natural extract in there, so to get some more
nice.
aroma.
Yeah, so like TNS or totally natural solutions or one of those.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, basically.
Nice. Yeah, we talked a little bit about using some of those products in our last chat with Julia, and it's pretty impressive the way refined hop oils have come. They're true to style. They're as long as you're not doing 100% replacement, it can be a nice little boost. And
I don't think you can ever do 100% replacements. It doesn't taste right. It doesn't taste normal. It tastes almost a little bit synthetic if you're doing 100%.
Yeah,
I tried it.
yeah, we all do. Yeah, but this is great stone fruit. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Nice, rich.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can tell, there's lots of head on that beer.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a good amount of body just looking at the beer. So
yeah, good opacity. Kind of like alludes to the juicy character, tropical component. Yeah,
totally.
That's awesome. Are you using so you're using enzymes, basically traditional yeast for the most part, and
Yep.
Nice. And then are sending it all off to lab to confirm and get all your stats there.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just say that it's 90 calories. You got to prove it's 90 calories.
Yeah. No, exactly. The Beersmith calculations are only so close.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah. That's great. Awesome. And tell us a bit about the Pilsner as well.
The Pilsner I tried to keep very classic style. So if you think about traditional Czech style Pilsner, you get that nice floral kind of herbal quality, typically derived from noble hops. I use Czech Saaz in this beer. Pretty heavy handed with it too. So you get that nice Pilsner character, that almost kind of Pilsner Urquell character from it.
Yep.
But then it doesn't have those 300 calories that a normal Pilsner would have. And it's just, you can drink it all day long.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, I can see this as a, good, beachside beer, sunny day beer. It's refreshing, thirst quenching. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then this is whole line is going to be regular mainstay. Are you going to do seasonals throughout this as well? And
no, I think we're going to keep it to the three styles for this one. Maybe add something else down the road, but for now we're just going to focus on those three styles: the Radler, the Tropical Pale Ale, and the Classic Pilsner.
Nice.
Yeah.
And like with your passion for barbecue, which one of these is your go-to?
The Pilsner.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It goes with any kind of meat.
Nice.
Yeah. Just imagine eating a big slab of brisket. I know maybe you're not into that too much.
I can appreciate.
You can appreciate.
Yeah.
But yeah, just washing that down with a nice, all good Pilsner.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit on that too. We went through multiple trademark issues with the names of this beer. It started off as Joyride. Trademark issue was another manufacturer in the province, and then we changed that to Flipside because we just wanted to flip it around to something better.
Yeah, naturally.
And then we ran into another issue with the Flipside, and now we're changing it to All Good. So keep an eye out for All Good.
Third time's the charm.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that plays in well with the other product that you guys have just rolled out, Dry Goods. So that's kind of a happy accident. You got a bit of a series there and cohesive.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play on the joy and the good.
Yeah.
Just all positive.
Yeah. Nothing but good vibes.
Totally.
Yeah. With
so
dry goods. Let's talk
about that a little bit.
Yeah. Let's non-alc's been a big discussion. I feel like a lot of people are rolling it out. It's nice to see new offerings from like smaller local craft as opposed to just the big boys out there. And how'd that come about? You've been working on it for a bit. I feel like I've had a couple of trials here and there.
Yeah, I think it's been about 2.5 years since I first started doing some test batching. That's a long road. It wasn't like all the time, like every day, trying to like figure out how to make a non-alcoholic beer. But the first batch I did was probably about 1% in the end. Okay. And then, the beer tasted great at 1%, but then, if you want to get it down below 0.5% to actually call it non-alc. So, I added some water, and then it's like, oh, that's really thin. That's not very good. So I just kind of over the years just racked my brain, kind of thinking about different things of what I can do. And, probably did 10 to 12 different little test batches, like homebrew size. Yeah. And then wasn't really getting to where I wanted to be. Beers tasted like super astringent, and I don't know, it wasn't working. Yeah. And then what was it, like a couple months ago, almost 3 months ago, I was just sitting on the sofa watching TV, nothing related to beer at all. And I had this epiphany and I was like, oh man, if I just do this, I think it's going to work. So the next day I went into the brewery, brewed the IPA that maybe you guys have with you right now.
Yep.
We got the West Coast IPA.
Yeah.
Brewed that one. So that's the batch. That's my epiphany batch. And
that was the one and done.
Wow.
The one and done. And yeah, it turned out great. Like it has a good amount of body. It still drinks thinner than most other non-alc beers out there.
Yeah.
But it has a great hop character. It has that fermented beer character that you're looking for when you're drinking beer.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed. I had it the other day, and I was like, okay, cool. This isn't oxidized wort.
You don't like oxidized wort? Yeah.
That was the biggest thing I wanted to do, is actually make a beer, non-alc beer that tastes like beer and not just a stalled fermentation or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't like warty taste in my beer. It's horrible in my opinion. So I just wanted to create something that was really like beer.
Nice. Yeah.
And I think.
So are you going to reveal your epiphany, or is it a trademark?
As a trademark David secret. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
what a tease.
Yeah.
Well, basically, just in plain. I'm not going to reveal it, but you just got to think about. I can allude.
You can allude to it.
You think about what's the main sugar source in beer, and then you have to think about how you can replace that with something that's not going to be fermentable.
Yeah.
And that was the epiphany.
Right.
Yeah. As I know, like, one thing at the Ontario Technical Conference I was at in January, they're really pushing is fibersol as a way to add body to a lot of those beers, and I guess that's the Asahi Zero secret, and like a neat product for sure. There's at $250 a 25 kilo bag. It's kind of out of our price range.
Yeah, I'd say so.
but there's this is a lot of neat ways to get there. For people looking to do it, whether it's cold mashing or hot and short, and I've been thinking
there's a lot more extracts and secondary products like you're talking about, Azlan, too, that didn't exist. That hop extracts, being things like that, where they didn't exist, like weren't as good 2 years ago, that are now better. I think that will help all non-alcoholic beer taste good or better as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Too.
What's kind of the hop profile?
Are you guys using any of those? Sorry, Azlan. Are you guys using any of those, David, on your non-alcs, or is it pretty much just like classic ingredients and just using techniques to get the flavors
Classic,
you want?
100% beer ingredients. That's what I'm using. Except for the grapefruit IPA that has extract in it.
Sorry.
Okay.
I realize this
enough.
funny filter doesn't allow me to actually.
Yeah.
It's my I can't turn it off now. I'm like, can't actually see the beer. It just looks like. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Showcases.
Oh yeah.
No.
You're not in Greece right now?
This is my cover up for not cleaning my room.
Wherever that might be.
Yeah.
Is that that's the West Coast?
That's the
Works
IPA,
pretty good.
Yeah.
And
you can tell it has nice little head on there.
Yeah.
Color's great. Super clear.
Yeah. The lacing's great. The color's beautiful. Looks like a classic California IPA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the hop profile, it's Amarillo.
Yeah.
Got some Simcoe in there. I think there's a little bit of El Dorado in there too.
Nice. Yeah, and those are all just like naturally hops that have a lot of body in their hot side flavor as well, which kind of helps carry it through.
Exactly.
Right.
There's I'll tell you this, there's Amarillo on the hot side, and then you just got to think about biotransformation and how you achieve that with like a lower gravity fermentation, essentially.
Yeah, without having the alcohol.
Yeah, there's like no gravity to.
Yeah. That's fun. How many different yeasts did you trial before? Or
You know what? I honestly was always just sticking with like USO5.
Yeah.
For all my trials, just to keep a nice baseline. And I know USO5 is like super clean.
Yeah.
But that being said, for these ones, it's actually verdant
Oh, cool.
for the IPA, and then
Okay.
it's 3470 for the lager Pilsner.
Neat. Cool. So
Yeah,
you're not using
Pilsner.
a specifically designed non-alc, low attenuating Lachenzia strain or something like that. Yeah.
Nope.
Cool.
I do not. Yeah, I don't want to have any
Just
fermentable sugars left over in the beer.
Yeah. It helps with your shelf stability,
Right.
obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just to play it safe, we're adding potassium sorbate. We're making sure the pH is low, so you're not running into any issues with like, I don't know, contamination down the road.
Yeah, you don't want to be patient 001 on the non-alc.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're all trying to avoid, right? That's like, don't want to be making any headlines
Exactly.
on the wrong way,
You got
right?
it.
Nice. And then with barbecue, are you still involved in the barbecue pop-ups that are happening at the brewery?
I'm not actually cooking myself, but we have Steve Smoked Meats popping up at our place once every like couple weeks.
Yeah, it seems like
he
it's busy every time.
Oh man, the guy sells out in like 5 minutes every time.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's been going really well. His stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
And he has a really good following, so it helps us out and gives me a chance to eat barbecue when he's there. So,
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, you built quite the amazing barbecue
nice.
system. Is he using that?
No, he's not using that. He's using his own rig. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently it's pretty good.
Nice.
And I know it's pretty good because the meat's really good.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So
Yeah.
I just got to crack one of these dry good pilsners.
Oh yeah. It's funny drinking through all of these beers so quick. Conversation's still good because I'm in good company, but usually I rely on it as a bit of a crutch.
Yeah.
Don't worry, man. Nothing's going to happen today. You're just going to be sober after this one.
Yeah.
You got a 4% beer, and then you got a 0.5% beer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well hydrated. It's
well hydrated.
Probably
sure.
good for me.
Yeah.
I'll,
So you're making all these beers, David, at your place, right? Like you're not outsourcing.
no, everything's made at our place. Yeah.
You're just
We
doing
got
it.
lots of capacity at our place.
Yeah.
We don't have any issue
Just-
with that. So yeah, just have fun.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mind if we
Cool.
talk about the legacy beer that is Old Jalopy? I know.
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
Darren
to
was
talk
chomping
about.
at the bit earlier while we
Well,
were waiting for you.
Just to play with dry goods and Old Jalopy, my next challenge for myself, it's a personal challenge.
Yeah.
I'm going to replicate Old Jalopy as a non-elk. Yeah.
Wow.
We'll see how it turns out. I don't know if it's actually going to work.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if Deschutes is doing it with Black Butte and
Yeah. Well, I know they're probably just using an alcohol stripper or something like that to take the alcohol out of Black Butte.
I think so.
I heard it was black
Great
carrot
beer.
juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, Old Jalopy.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think with Old Jalopy, it's like I always see it winning awards. Like it wins World Beer Cup, like on the can, 2 World Beer Cups in 5 years, gold. Like that's very unheard of. If people don't know, like that's a super. Like you're kind of lucky to win an award there. You have to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good, for sure. But then like to win it twice is not.
that's
an
twice for
accident.
gold.
Like,
Didn't you
definitely
bronze
found the
as
right
well
category
there
for that
at
beer?
the World Beer Cup?
Yeah, so we won 2 golds, one in 2018, and then one last year, was it, Azlan?
Yeah.
2023,
Yeah.
right?
It says
Yeah,
2023.
I was sitting in the room with Azlan at Main Street watching the TV, and
There we go.
the name pops up, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excuse the language.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But,
That was a valid one.
And then 2016, we won a bronze at the World Beer Cup for Old Jalopy. And then, other than those awards, we've won multiple awards for it at the Canadian Brewing Awards, BC Beer Awards, and then, probably some others that I don't remember.
Yeah, I haven't validated the fact, but arguably the most awarded beer in craft brewing Canadian history for sure.
Maybe.
It's got to
definitely.
be
I have a
up
list
there
of all
for
the
sure.
awards, and it's
I can't.
definitely pretty long.
Yeah. So what's
Nothing like jumps to mind
what
more.
can you allude to any of the changes over the years? How has that beer evolved? Is it been the same since?
It has not been the same since. I think I play around with it every single year, just changing little things here and there,
That's why it's still relevant.
trying to make it better.
Yeah.
But it used to be a lot maltier. Like,
Right.
I'll allude to some of the ingredients in it. Like, there's some crystal malt. I originally was using Thomas Fawcett 120 crystal malt. And that was like when we originally started making it, and it was just a malt bomb, but like enough bitterness from like Cascade hops that we were using back then. Probably also some Centennial and maybe some Chinook or something for bittering. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to look through my recipes. But now it's definitely a lot less malt forward, and we're sticking just to straight Cascade hops with it.
Yeah.
And the body is maybe a little bit thinner, but it's definitely my go-to beer right now.
Are you looking for a certain like Cascade has a pretty wide variance, and it's been talked about a lot lately, just in the showcasing the difference between East Coast Cascade versus like West Coast and like New Zealand Cascade. Is there any certain things that you're looking to highlight in Cascade?
Just kind of the citrus and floral notes of the Cascade.
Yeah.
And typically, we always stick to the Yakima Valley Cascade as opposed to anything from up here.
Yeah.
Or out east or anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of like very true to type Cascade kind of.
Exactly. You got it.
And
yeah.
You've got one of the
it's like very well balanced right now, like the hoppiness and the malt. Like it's malty for like a 2024 beer, but it's like very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at pale ales now, and they're pretty, they look like pilsners or some sort of lager, but they have a lot of hop character. Yeah. Not a lot of malt in beers nowadays.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
I would say if it wasn't for the cast program, I'd know nothing about malt. It'd be all Pilsner.
All Pilsner.
Pilsner and wheat and everything.
Yeah.
Different varieties of Pilsner, but Pilsner nonetheless.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I put a grain order today, and I ordered 4 different kinds of Pilsner malt. So
like, can't wait to taste all four
really
beers.
Going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how you get different ranges of beer at this point in time. 4 different kinds of Pilsner malt instead of the same one in every one.
So what excites you about the BC brewing industry these days?
Not much. The reason why I say that is because I'm just always in the brewery, just kind of head down working. I don't really get out there, or like I don't really socialize with anybody in the industry currently.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't really know what's going on outside of what's going on at my own brewery.
Yeah, it's hard to get out. I mean, that's basically part of the reason we started this podcast, is a way to talk about beer.
Yeah. So what excites me about Powell's beer is the non-alc, is the low-calorie stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to recreate classic styles with different techniques. I think it's probably also happening out there with other breweries. Just releasing dry goods and talking to a lot of breweries because I'm trying to get them to take it on, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of breweries have.
Right.
I found out that a lot of brewers are actually looking at doing non-alcs and doing it in probably a similar way that I'm currently doing it, making it taste like beer and not just slightly fermented wort.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually excited to see what people are going to be coming out with in terms of those things.
Yeah, it's a whole nother game. It's really the challenges, and it's a different it's relearning a lot of the process.
Yeah.
It really reminds me of when there was no hazy IPA out here, and everyone was like, I'm never gonna make a hazy IPA. And like lo and behold, 3 years later, literally everyone's making a hazy IPA. And so even myself, I was like, I'm never gonna make a non-alc beer. And of course, like, yeah, same as you. Like, we're just trialing things in the background, doing R&D batches of things, being like, okay, what would this look like if we were gonna launch it? And so there's definitely a lot of similarities of like, oh no, I'm never gonna do that. And now, you know, I bet you in 3 years, most breweries will alcoholic beer.
100%.
This is the way that things are going, right? Yeah.
Well, I think, you have to brew stuff that people want to drink. And I don't feel the younger generation coming up are drinking as much. And they're probably drinking more non-alcoholic products. So, you know, make something that they'll want to try. And maybe if they try those non-alcoholic products, maybe they'll move on to beer later on. Who knows?
Maybe they'll start. Maybe it'll be a start with they'll just be adding flavored vodka to non-alc beers.
Hey, yeah. And let me tell you about non-alcoholic beer. It's good for everybody.
Yeah.
Even kids can drink it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know.
There you go.
Start
them young. That way they get the taste for beer.
Exactly.
You know? just wait till this has
It'll be the great
alcohol in
prime
it,
time of our generation.
Exactly. Oh man, that's awesome.
There you go. Yeah. I can't get that sensory out of my head, you know.
Yeah. For any new brewers just getting into the industry, got any words of wisdom for?
Yeah, maybe work at a brewery before starting a brewery. Really consider your options.
Seems like a loaded answer.
No, I think if anybody has a passion and they want to do it, I think they should do it. But really get some knowledge under your belt before you actually take the plunge and start your own brewery.
Yeah. And even just like going to like, what do you think's the best way to get that first job in a brewery?
They can do it the way you did it, Azlan. You can just show up and
Tester.
You know, I want to work in the tasting room, and then go to the back and start cleaning kegs and
See that keg washer there?
Yeah. Actually,
that's for you, buddy.
Labeling bottles. I think that was your first production thing. Yeah.
Nobody labeled them
by
quite
hand.
like me.
Oh yeah. No, but just go out to breweries, you know, see if they have any jobs open, and then apply and just get a foot in the door.
Yeah. As a word of advice, the canning line is always hiring.
Any canning line ever.
Unless you work at Powell, because I run it by myself.
Yeah,
so.
you've got that well-oiled single-person automation.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's well positioned. I can see everything that's happening on the canning line while I'm unpacking. So, it's good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's good. Yeah, you're not too excited about the BC brewing industry as a whole, maybe because you're just in the brewery so much. Like, what would excite you? I guess it would be something besides, like, I know you're like excited about the dry goods and the low cal and everything that's kind of new. Like, what would be something that would excite you, or is it just that the industry has matured so much that it's in a different spot than it was like?
I think the enthusiasm that people have for craft beer in BC isn't nearly quite as there. I think if there was more enthusiasm by the general public and I guess brewers in general, I think that would probably be better and would excite me a little bit more. I think we can get there. I think we have to get back to where we were maybe 5 to 7 years ago, where we were all getting together, doing collaborations, sharing ideas, getting out from the brewery and actually like hanging out.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a big thing about all this was COVID. Like, we were very much just all consumed with our own stuff during that time, kind of isolated, not really socializing. And I think we need to get out of that headspace and actually get back out there with our friends.
Yeah, very true. It's been a while since there's those brewery events where we're all, you know, getting together, shooting the shit over a beer and analyzing it for better, for worse, and
Oh, for sure. And I honestly think instead of these festivals that have been going on for the past 12 years, maybe we do more like brewer festivals where we handpick certain breweries or brewers, and then we get together and actually invite the public to those, as opposed to just, hey, bring some beer, donate it,
Yeah.
pour it, and people will probably just
Yeah.
go for the strongest beer there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The strongest beer and the lightest beer somehow is the
totally.
most popular.
Yeah.
The
At the
non
same time,
and
right?
the 12%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am looking forward to in that sense that event that Aaron's put together at Strange Fellows coming up this weekend.
The 27th, Saturday.
27th, yeah. Which I guess this podcast will probably be out after the date, but it's kind of a fun idea.
Oh yeah, now
pressure's on. Yeah,
we're dating ourselves
for
now.
sure.
Yeah,
and
now
also
I really
the
got
idea
to
that Aaron at Strange Fellows put together of basically pairing up all the breweries and then getting everybody to pick a beer from the other brewery as the way to pour and curate the tap list. And
that's great.
Yeah, so like I had to pick from Lupulo's beer list, and then Ryan had to pick from maybe Brass Neck, and then you had to pick from.
We're picking from Strange Fellows. We're gonna go by. We're gonna go by tomorrow and have a couple beers and see what's what we feel like. I also hope to see what other people have already picked, so I can kind of curate.
Dude, you should pick their wine.
There we go. Yeah.
Wild card. Be a little bit of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
So you know what?
We just need something refreshing for the day.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a nice spritz.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anything bubbly.
Yeah.
No, but the Strange Fellows, they're doing a great non-elk too. So it just goes to show that we're all looking at other avenues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you looked at going the other route as well, like into the more like RTD, that kind of space, or are you just kind of sticking in the beer realm for now?
Realm. I don't think RTD is going to survive. They were super popular like a few years ago, and you can see the decline right now. I think, again, probably an oversaturation of that market.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can make a vodka soda, right? So, yeah. Unless there's some magical thing that happens and they just take off again.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Sorry, Darren. Yeah. I know you guys are you're into that a little bit.
Oh yeah. We're in. That's okay. That's fine. We're always riding every wave. Whatever, if it's small wave, big wave, we're riding it. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, I know you said you're stuck in the brewery a lot, but what takes up your time outside of brewing?
Not much. I pretty much just go home, hang out with the cat, which is, here. My cat's right here.
Pretty dang adorable.
Oh yeah, she makes an appearance.
Yeah.
No, she's always by my side. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know, just hanging out with Nicole, my wife.
Yeah.
Also, business partner. So we work together all the time. And then, we just spend the weekends, trying to enjoy life and going out for walks and doing all that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Not going partying or anything like that. I'm 43 now and getting a little bit older.
There you go. Yeah. So that's the low-cal beer, the non-alc beer, you got to be able to drink your own product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
You got to watch the waistline too.
Yeah, that's why
things aren't coming off the way they used to anymore.
Yeah, I have a Bluetooth scale, so I weigh myself every morning just to make sure I'm still on track.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know.
Impressive.
I must say, it's like, oh yeah, drinking cask beer, it's great. Like, it's lower alcohol, it's not so bad. I'm like, oh, but the residual sugars in that is still pretty hefty.
No kidding. Yeah.
The other question I had was about your new labels. Are they AI generated, or is it just that's the vibe you're going for?
AI generated. So yeah, I want to use everything I have at my fingertips. So I've been doing my own labels for the past 12 years.
Yeah.
And, I've played with simple designs, crazy designs, doing all sorts of stuff. And, AI is a new thing that's out right now. I know a lot of artists will probably slag me for using AI, but I've inside my head, I just have like these crazy ideas, and I ask AI to put some of these things out, and I try to fix them up as much as possible. But then sometimes like little things like fingers in the wrong place and whatnot on the image fall. I just didn't notice. I don't know. It's just, if I want a crazy cow holding a mango and a beer in one hand, and then just have like a psychedelic background, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna pay thousands of dollars for an artist to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll use AI, and
I think it's smart too, because I think as we're seeing more of these AI images, like our eyes are getting drawn to that more often. So I think it'll stand out. Like, to me, I'm like, oh, it stands out because we're kind of looking for that now a lot. Like, oh, these are interesting AI like images that like they don't look natural because they aren't, right? There's like this weird like kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like a uncanny valley there where it's like, what is this?
Also, I also have to say,
right?
like, the beers I'm making are just, in my opinion, crazy, and they deserve a crazy label. The AI label series is lactose fruited sours.
There you go.
They're beer, but are they really beer? I don't know. I'd say they taste more like fruit than beer.
Yeah.
But so just add something.
I see.
Yeah.
They're high calorie.
Make the label stand out so people grab it and try it out, and then they'll move on to the next one.
Yeah. It's the yin yang from the other side of the brewery recipes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for your time, David. It's great
no problem. Thanks for having me.
Chat. Obviously, you're busy. Appreciate you taking the time and working through this. These beers are great. I'm excited to see All Good on the shelf next to Dry Goods.
Yeah.
I don't know if
cross our fingers for the trademarking patent.
Dry Goods is trademarked. I registered the trademark. It's mine.
Nice.
Nobody else can take it.
Oh, there you go.
Look sharp.
Yeah. All Good. I did my research. It doesn't seem like anybody else has it, but we'll see what happens when I actually release it. I'll probably get a note from somebody being like, "Oh yeah, I got this one."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, sure. I'll just change it one more time."
Yeah.
What's the fourth time when you've done it 3 times, right?
Here's to hoping that this one's all good.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, what a pleasure.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll wrap it up, and so I guess if people want to support Powell, they should check out the Dry Goods. That's available at the brewery, I'm guessing, and then in liquor stores.
It's starting to get there. We have a map on our website, so drygoodsbeer.com. There's a stockist map, so you can look at that. And I think we have currently 18 different locations that we're selling in. Every day it's growing a little bit, so just check that out. It's mainly Vancouver right now, with some other places on the island and maybe the interior taking on soon. I should also mention that Dry Goods is also a business partnership with Doug Stevens from Down Low Chicken. I realized after many years of brewing beer that I'm really good at brewing beer, but the marketing aspect, maybe not so much. So this time around I was like, who can I talk to that loves beer, doesn't drink alcohol anymore, and would do a really good job at marketing? And I was like, Doug Stevens. That's the guy there. Had him try the stuff, and he was right away like, oh, man, these are awesome. So, So I think it's a match made in heaven. Also, we had the barbecue company together a few years ago, so it's just something else that we're working on now.
Right.
That's sweet.
Cool. And then Powell, go check out Powell Brewing as well.
1357 Powell Street.
Where
just down the road from where we originally opened up.
Yeah. More time there than previously.
I don't.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're only at 1830 for a year.
All right. Well.
All right.
Until next time.
Until next time.
See you at Strange
Cheers,
Boys
guys.
on the weekend, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay. You too.
Okay. Have a good night.